What is up, guys and gals? I don't want to forget the ladies out there who also support me and watch my videos. But today I want to start doing a little 4-part little YouTube tips that you can get you started in making a YouTube kind of successful channel and get things going. No matter what kind of channel, is a tech channel, hair channel, a comic channel, I guess anything that can help you out. But it's going to start with the essential things you just going to need to have just to get you started when it comes to just maintaining a good YouTube channel. Now, when it comes to like certain things like software and things like that, that depends on personal preference. Whichever one works for you, stick with it. I wouldn't say use this one because this one is 10 times better. I say work with what's comfortable with you. Now, my first thing you should have is when you have a YouTube channel, one of the first things in my opinion you should have is a computer. That's a given. A laptop or desktop, your personal preference. Like I said, some people have desk setups where they just have a desktop or a tower and a screen, or they have all-in-one like a Mac, iMac and things like that. Some people use laptops as their main desktop, and that's what they use. They don't even use a desktop computer. They use just a laptop as their desk workspace. And now, like I said, it's all personal preference what you want to use. Now, the first thing I say you should get is get like a computer built in with a quad core, at least 8 gigs of RAM. You can always up it up depending on what you prefer, a tower or all-in-one. I say get as much RAM as you can when you first get it, like at least 8 to 10 or 12 gigs of RAM when you first get it. Quad core or higher if you want. I say get a quad core. You know what I mean? Don't want to break your pocket. Depending on how much you're working with. That's the main thing. When you got how much money you really working with to try to establish a good YouTube station. Like, see, my desktop tower is a quad core. It got 12 gigs of RAM. It came with 8 and I put 12 in there just to make it a little faster, terabyte hard drive and things like that. But I got a 25-inch screen. That works for me. Some people got dual screens, some people got triple screens. I just need one. I'm good. I don't need all that triple screen stuff. I can work on one screen. That's just me. Personal preference, like I said. Now, and that's another thing. That's what you need. Now, the software I use for my video editing is Adobe Premiere 11. Now, I also use sorry about that. Sony Vegas, which is good, is just as well, and I use Corel. They all similar in their own little ways. It's not like it's a big extreme experience where you get so confused. It's just once you learn it, or you can even watch a YouTube video help you walk through it, just like anything else. So that's the first thing. You want to get a computer and the software that's going to work for you with your video editing. If your videos are simple, you still want simple video editing software that's going to help you get through all this. So that's one of the things I think you should have, a computer with the software you're looking for to edit your videos. And like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of YouTube channel you got. You could do hair, you could do tech videos, music videos, comic book stuff, movie stuff, all kinds of stuff. It's going to come down to those two things when you first start off. Computer and your software you're going to use. That's main. So that's going to be the main things you're going to be using. So that's going to be the essentials. So when it comes down to that, those are the main two things you got to have started. Now, next thing is a camera. You use a webcam where you want to use like, face-to-face type of thing. You want to talk to the camera, or get you a camcorder, DSLR, anything that could stand on a tripod. That also helps you out. So when it comes down to that, it depends on your personal preference when it comes down to which one you prefer to use more. Like right now, I stopped using my webcam. It came down to the fact that my DSLR just gives me better video quality when it comes to video. So I just rather stick with that. That's just, like I said, I think a lot of people do that. They switch to a DSLR or anything like that to make their videos look a little bit better. So like I said, like some people use a webcam and all those type of things, but like this is a 4-part little step. I'm going to show you some of the things you just need to be consistent with what you're trying to do. Like, it's going to be hard regardless of how many times you shoot a video or things like that. It's just frustrating because sometimes it comes easy for folks, sometimes it's a little harder. So it's going to be a little stepping blocks you're going to have to go through, but everybody does. And like I said, in this video, this is part 1. So this is pretty much the little hardware segment of this YouTube 4-part step that I'm going to be doing. It's just help y'all out just to get you started. Because like I said, you need a computer, you need the software, and you need a camera. Those are the first things you're going to need. Now, a tripod may run you $25, $30 here, depending on where you go, Best Buy, Target. You can always find one. But like I said, that's the 3 things you're going to need straight from the jump. Hardware is going to be your computer. Like I said, laptop, desktop, all in one, whichever one makes you comfortable. A camera, You're going to need a camera as far as webcam or DSLR or camcorder, those type of things to get you started. A tripod too, you know what I mean? Those get you started and things like that. So like I said, this is the 4-part step. This is like the first one where you need your computer, you need the software to edit from, and you need a camera to record some of your videos that what you're going to do. So it's all going to be a big 4-part step. Now the next part, in part 2, I'm going to talk about other things like microphones, external lighting, and things like that. So I'm going to talk about everything in step by step. So this is a 4-part step. This is part 1, and this is pretty much the hardware portion of it. What you would need: a camera, computer, software. Well, software is, you know, editing software, but you still need those things. They're part of the hardware. That's why I say that. That's part of the hardware. So it's going to be one of those type of things. So make sure whatever your particular goals are when it comes to what your channel is going to be, how you're going to scope it out, and how you're trying to plan it out. I mean, just make sure you plan everything out, write down your notes, take down notes, or whatever you, like I said, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're doing hair, it's more of a visual thing, and you really got to communicate and talk to the ladies when it comes to how you want your hair done, things like that. When it comes to tech, you got to be real informed with specs and like cameras, aperture settings, iOS settings, and things like that. You just got to be real informed. So always have your notes down. So that's like, some people don't like taking notes, some people do, but you know what I mean, for making your videos a lot better in quality, always have some notes down, so when you shoot your video, you got something to work off of. You ain't got just thinking off the top of your head, which some people can do just fine. Like I could do just fine because I've always taken down notes and always can remember and work off the top of my head. Sometimes I work in spur of the moment. That's just me. But this is pretty much the end of this video. I don't want to be going on for too long about this thing, you know what I mean? So it's just, like I said, this is the hardware portion of part 1. So this is pretty much your computer, your laptop, and the camera you will need to far as make, you know what I mean, a start. You know what I mean? It ain't the stepping stones or the blocks that you really need, but it's really pretty much those things that you're going to need to start off with. You know what I mean? It may not be the best quality at first, but it takes time to get where you want to get at. Like, it's going to take time to get where you want to get. It don't happen overnight unless you just got the money to, you can get everything at once and just get rolling. You know, everybody's not like that. So this is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content that's coming up. But part 2, part 3, and part 4 about YouTube tips that's going to get you started. Hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.